This level 9 steam engine can create over 146,000 stress units of raw rotational power, and in this video we will be diving into how this machine works, what it can do, as well as covering how you can make this steam engine for yourself. So without further ado, let's dive in. As we know, having a large amount of stress units available to your base is crucial for anyone who uses the Create mod. Because of this, I brought it upon myself to go through all the various power generation methods Create had to offer and come up with a machine that creates the most amount of stress units possible while requiring the least amount of materials, upkeep, and space. With those things in mind, I brought forth my level 9 steam engine design, which uses a lava as a source of its power generation. Now, I didn't include the lava supply in this build to allow the player to dictate how they want to supply the machine with lava, rather than forcing them to do one method or the other. In the setup guide portion of this video, we will dive more into all the different ways you can supply this machine with lava to find out which method works best for you. As stated in the beginning of this video, this steam engine creates over 146,000 stress units of raw rotational power. But how does it do it? Well, first, the lava is inputted into the steam engine via this pipe right here in the front of the machine. Once the steam engine is connected to a lava source, it pushes the lava up into the spout. The spout then inserts the lava into the bucket located on the depot. Next, the mechanical arm takes that lava bucket and gives it to one of the blaze burners underneath the steam engine. Once given to the blaze burners, it takes the bucket and puts it back on the depot, ready to be refilled with the lava and done over again. If we look in the middle of the machine, you will see a lot of waterlogged blocks. In this mess of waterlogged blocks, you will find two mechanical pumps that supply the steam engine with water from an infinite pool that surrounds them. Moving along to the side of the machine, you will see a clutch, lever, and hand crank. These components allow the player to easily jumpstart the machine without having to play a game of cat and mouse breaking and replacing down blocks to get the system engaged. Now let's move on to the build tutorial. Here is the materials list featuring the parts you will need to build the steam engine. If you wish to download the schematics instead of building it by hand, you can find links in the video description, which will direct you to where you can download them. With all that being said, let's complete the materials list, which I will leave in the top left hand corner of the screen till the tutorial is over. To start out, place 9 blaze burners in a square like this. Now get yourself a block of your choice. In this instance, I'll be using an andesite casing to place in front of these blaze burners. Now place 2 mechanical pumps in front of that block, followed by a vertical gearbox to the left of that pipe, and a clutch on the other side of this gear shift. Now place a lever on the clutch like so. Then place a large cogwheel in front of the clutch right here. Now take yourself 2 cogwheels and place them next to these pipes. Now for the next layer, we're going to place a tank in a 3x3 pattern on top of the blaze burners, followed by a block of your choice to contain the water that's going to be in the machine. In this instance, I'll be using copycat frames to place on the edge of this machine like so. Now take yourself 2 mechanical pumps and place them facing the 3x3 tank right here. Now take yourself a cogwheel and place it on top of this cogwheel in front of this mechanical pump, and the mechanical pump facing upwards on top of this pipe right here. Now take yourself 3 encased chains and place them in a row like this. Now temporarily break this large cogwheel and place a small cogwheel next to this mechanical pump here, and then a large cogwheel under this small one. Now take yourself your hand crank and place the hand crank above the clutch facing that cogwheel. Moving along to the third layer, place another stack of fluid tanks on top of that one, followed by 3 steam engines against the tank, and 3 shafts right here above the chain conveyor. Now take yourself 2 fluid pipes and place them like so. Next to these 2 fluid pipes, place down a depot. Once again, place another stack of fluid tanks, followed by 3 steam engines, and 3 shafts. In between the shafts and the steam engine, place another fluid pipe, a depot, and an andesite funnel facing this depot here. And for the final layer, we're once again going to place another stack of fluid tanks, 3 steam engines, 3 shafts. We're going to place a spout above this andesite funnel and run fluid pipes to that spout. Now for the last step is to take your mechanical arm and set it to deposit items to every single one of these blaze bundles. You're going to probably need to get underneath the machine so that you can better get to the blocks. Then we're going to run around to the depot and have the blaze bundles take from this depot and deposit in this depot. And then we're going to take that mechanical arm and place it next to these cogwheels right here. Now this next step is going to be very important. You're going to need to take yourself an andesite casing and place it on these cogwheels and on this large cogwheel here. And in the middle of the machine, you're going to want to take yourself a copper casing and place it on this pipe underneath this mechanical pump in the middle of the machine. If these are not solid blocks, the infinite pool of water that's going to be put in here will not work. Now then, let's begin with the setup guide. So far, you have either made the machine by hand or have pasted it in via a schematic. Either way, the setup for this build is going to be the exact same. First, you're going to need to establish which method of lava generation you want to hook up to this machine. The most common method, which applied to most people, is the dripstone method of lava generation. By placing a pipe, cauldron, dripstone, and lava source above the dripstone, you can create a fully automated system of lava. Then you just multiply this by a few times and connect your grid to the steam engine like so. The other standard create mod methods of lava generation include super smelting or extracting lava out of an infinite pool, but I will not be covering that in this video. So if you want to learn more about these methods, I'll have links in the video description as well as in the top right hand corner of your screen. Now that you have established what method of lava generation you want to use, it's time to get the machine running. First, waterlog all of the waterloggable blocks around the pumps in the middle of the machine. Next, place a bucket or two on the depot underneath the spout. Lastly, it's time to jumpstart the machine. First, to make your life a little bit easier, take a few vulnerable items and give it to one of the blaze bundles to get it warmed up. Now flip the lever on the clutch to activate it. Next, you're going to need to get to the hand crank above the clutch and spin it until you hear steam. Make sure to hold shift while you do this to not make the machine spin in the wrong direction. Once you hear steam, quickly flip off the clutch. And just like that, you now have a self-sufficient level 9 lava-powered steam engine to better your automation capabilities. As always, if you have any issues with this build, please reach out to me on the Our Creation Discord, and also consider joining the Link Series project to gain access to more builds like this one, both of which you can find more information about in the video's description.